Hello everyone, and now welcome to a 1v1 matchup here between HawK and Grubby. HawK spawning as, well, Grubby spawning as the red orc over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, HawK spawning as the orange human on the top left. Twisted Meadows version 1.9. Heroes are going to be the Archmage going up against the Blade Master. Classic, but Grubby opting to go without a barracks, going fast tech to tier 2. Voodoo Lounge is done, and now perhaps we're going to run straight into a bestiary. So Grubby very fast on the tech, and now looking to put pressure with this Blade Master. Meanwhile, off to the north here, HawK opening things up, gonna go after that Forest Troll High Priest, Water Elemental going down, or Water Elemental battling up against the Rock Golem. Archmage has to clear out this creep camp quickly as the Blade Master, well, with that Wind Walk, does get across the map fairly fast as well. Rune Bracers, well, not so great pickup as the Rock Golem does get taken out, and here you go, Blade Master trying to go after a low hit point Footman, gonna get the Wind Walk strike there, and gets denied. Archmage able to deny that final hit on that Footman as the Water Elemental gonna have a little bit of problems. All right, Water Elemental damage is getting racked up here. Who's gonna get the last hit? And another beautiful deny as well. Blade Master, no experience 3 minutes into this game, as a little bit of arcane feedback forcing that Blade Master to retreat. All right, Clarity Potion, Healing Salve. Blade Master says, I too can live and fight another day. Are we going to see a Wind Walk? Yes, we are. Wants to continue to regenerate those hit points and that precious mana while trying to deny that Archmage from being able to do too much. Behind this, Starbuck knows that, hey, you know what? I haven't seen any units except for this Blade Master. I am definitely going to, well, tech to tier 2 here because that must be what you're doing, and I cannot let myself fall too far behind. We finally see a barracks out on the battlefield. Grunts will be trained up. That will be significantly delayed, though, as that tech to tier 2 should open up opportunities for, say, Spirit Lodge and Bestiary. Boots of Speed, Dust of Appearance on that Archmage. They're going to be, well, he's going to be running around the map here. Twisted Meadows, a known very large map, very difficult to, well, get around here easily. One of the reasons why Archmage is so popular on this Twisted Meadows map is games can and often do go long, and with a long game on Twisted Meadows, the map size makes Mass Teleport that great and that powerful of a ultimate ability. Meanwhile, let's look off to the north here. Mantle of Intelligence, Archmage got a little bit more experience, could try and pick up another item. Blade Master still chasing after the Archmage still after all this time. And is he going to drop a Water Elemental here? That is the question. We can see the Bestiary already coming down. It is going to be dual Bestiaries, no Spirit Lodges, no Water Elemental summon push into this location as I originally thought. HawK perhaps not wanting to give that free experience, or was waiting perhaps to get to level 3 for level 2 Water Elementals, but that may be a little bit too much time. Archmage now being forced to retreat all the way back here. Where was the additional creeping? I don't see where the creeping was on the map for that to have happened. Oh, off over here. So Footman creeping in this location. That orange, very much the walking path on Twisted Meadows. Difficult to spot that all. All right, Water Elemental trying to get in a little bit of damage onto an Orc Burrow. We don't see any sign of a War Mill, so it's going to be quite some time before we have reinforced defenses. Archmage goes around, picks up some items. Do we have a, yes, still have a Mantle of Intelligence right there. So the Archmage able to creep away from all of the action and now retreating back home. There's a repair there. Shadow Hunter, well, doing a little bit of damage here. Water Elemental still trying to poke apart this Orc Burrow. We are going into we have dual Bestiaries with Ensnare. The Water Elemental getting into position and then just kind of diving into this no man's land here. Perhaps trying to delay and buy time away from the Shadow Hunter from being able to do anything. All right, Archmage rushing out across the battlefield. We do have a tier 2. Are we going to get a Tavern Hero? We are. Beastmaster, old school human Beastmaster. Archmage Beastmaster for a timing attack on tier 2. This is an old school strategy using Archmage and Water Elemental to push in with pressure. This should be followed up with dual Arcane Sanctums and then Sorceresses as well. You bring in a Clarity Potion on those heroes, and suddenly they're able to all come back and refresh, ready to go, and now with very, very strong casters as well to reinforce. All right, massive repairs are underway. Water Elemental putting in pressure here. Water Elemental perhaps going to be able to finish off one of those Orc Burrows. Another Water Elemental down. Perhaps another Beastmaster could get some, or another Quill Beast could get summoned up. Damage going to get racked up here as Peons are getting finished off as well. Archmage now rotating back off to the north. The Water Elementals, well, is perhaps spending a little bit too much time trying to get into a good position here, but that is still a lot of Quill Beasts. Beastmaster going to get surrounded, but that's only a level 1 hero as the Water Elemental is putting in pressure. Another Orc Burrow going to end up falling. Footmen do have defend, and the Peons are continuing to fight back here. Water Elemental is still in the position. 2 Water Elementals are up. Quill Beast going to fall. Shadowhunter finally gets up to level 2. There's Hex under the Shadow, under the Archmage. Archmage needs to actually make its way down in order to get a Scroll of Town Portal, well, within range for all of these units. Peons are fighting the back. Healing Wave. How much damage can be racked up here as the Footmen are continuing to put in pressure? Archmage getting ensnared in the back here. That's a lot of repairs going on. Orc Burrow is fighting back here. There goes another Footman, and I believe this attack has been halted. All of the low hit point Peons able to hide inside that Orc Burrow, rotating space as the Footmen, well, getting ensnared and cleaned up on the way home. All right. These two should get cleaned up easily. We're going to see an ensnare trying to finish off that last Footman. This Raider is going to, well, finish off that unit here. There's some more ensnare. And HawK, well, did deal a decent amount of damage, but the pressure is still not going to be enough as the Archmage looks to perhaps summon up a couple of more units. Beastmaster didn't get a Clarity Potion, oddly enough. Only has a 60 mana right now. Should be closer to 140. Yeah, 140, 150 if he had used a Clarity Potion. As we're looking at the Raiders, well, getting a little bit of pressure back there. All right, so Forest Troll Warlord will get finished off. Archmage is going to be at level 3. Beastmaster picks up Boots of Quelf the Loss. Not necessarily the best item there. Going to go ahead and take down the Forest Troll Trappers here once more. All right, Blade Master, Shadowhunter, level 2, Peon looking to set up an Expo, as we are now looking at a Militia, a push back from the other side. Archmage sitting at level 3, Beastmaster sitting at level 3, and, well, we are going to see these units getting caught in transit. HawK not careful. Losing these priests are a big deal. Giving level 3 to the Shadowhunter also a big deal, as, well, suddenly level 2 Healing Wave is on the table. However, the bottom left Expo will get spotted by Grubby, and Grubby going to clear it up, make sure that that Peon doesn't have an easy time setting up that Expo, as peasants are here, well, ready to place down a couple of scout towers and put in that pressure. Archmage comes back across. Beastmaster with Ivory Towers as well. There's summoning of the summoning, and there we have it. Do we have enough lumber? We do, and here we are already going. We should be upgrading as much as possible. Raiders are there. Sorceresses got in a plenty of slows as the Blade Master looks to put in pressure across all of these units. All right, Priest trying to get healed up. There is another tower here. The Priests are getting focused down by Grubby very consistently, and as we're looking at, well, low hit point or slowed grunts trying to make their way back. Our Ivory Towers already have the Arcane Sentry, so that is spotting all of these units. Archmage is going to be forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away, and that is going to stall out this attack nicely. All right, is HawK? Yeah, HawK needs to cancel these towers in order to not give experience. So 5 Ivory Towers and their upgrade canceled in order to halt this attack. Archmage, well, not able to keep this fight going on long enough. Archmage, it feels like the size of the map is actually starting to get in the way of HawK. HawK has lost a number of units in transit, and, well, Raider ensnare just that powerful. Off to the north here, Beastmaster gets to level 2. Ivory Towers placed down. Militia should be able to clear out this creep camp easily and then set up their own expansion that much more quickly. Talisman of Evasion on the Beastmaster. Ivory Towers already, or Scout Towers already have that Arcane Sentry, able to give sight and spot that Blade Master if he decides to run by. A pair of Sorceresses being left behind to slow down the attack enough. Meanwhile, Archmage Beastmaster sitting at level 3, level 2. Archmage should get to level, yeah, will get to level 3 here. And with level 3 on that Archmage, more mana for the priests and those sorceresses. Level 4, level 2 going up against 2 level 3 heroes. Grubby sitting at 45 supply compared to HawK's 32. Expo, well, needs quite a bit more time to be done. Guard tower, oh, looking at this, well, 2 guard towers here ready to put in pressure. Peasants, are they going to walk around? 1 low hit point peasant going to jump inside there and then walk back out. He takes a quick critical strike. Meanwhile, Beastmaster with a water elemental trying to finish off the remainder of this creep camp. Forest Troll High Priest is dealing or healing up a decent amount of damage as the Archmage makes its way back over. Sorceress, are we going to get a slow on that Blade Master? We are, and with the slow on the Blade Master coupled with these guard towers, that Blade Master simply cannot stick around. Meanwhile, Beastmaster sitting at level 2, going to get to level 3 here. Level 2 Quill Beast most likely, as that is going to be the major damage output, as the Raiders are now ready to put in pressure. So hit and run tactics by Grubby now. Raiders dealing that siege damage, going after Arcane Sanctums after already taking down the Arcane Vault. All right, Healing Wave bouncing around Arcane Tower, ready to put in pressure. All right, continuing to take down Arcane Sanctum and other things here. Raider is going to put in the pressure. Meanwhile, Archmage, Beastmaster, it is the level 2 Bear, not level 2 Quill Beast, as we're getting ready to engage. A quick ensnare on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster has 1,150 hit points, takes an invisibility, also has evasion. Sorceresses are going to get ensnared down. Water Elementals trying to finish off these units as the Raging Bear makes a lot of sense as the normal damage going up against all these medium armor units. Water Elementals continuing to push back here. Sorcerers and Priests trying to retreat back. 27 supply compared to 49. Grubby having a massive supply advantage, but the Expo to the top right, if it isn't scouted out, could spell dangerous, as the bottom left Expo of Grubby still not up and running. This is at full saturation. No, it is spotted. It's just not getting countered yet. Sorceresses getting ensnared and getting finished off here. Level 4 now on the Shadow Hunter. Are we going to see, come on, death of a unit there, as we're still looking at a bit of damage. Raging Bear, Healing Wave bouncing around. Low hit point Raiders being forced to retreat back, and that slow is the gift that keeps on giving, apparently. The Sorceresses all taken down, but the Raiders all being slowed, unable to do very much. Peasants are... Alright. Don't quite know MSI what... Yeah. Coming back around. Repairs underway. Archmage going to get ready to engage here. Raiders trying to put in pressure. Couple of Sorcerers and Priests ensnared, unable to retreat back. 2 easy, quick kills. Scroll of Beast, Scroll of Speed. A tactical retreat needed again. But what is really going down here? Grubby sitting at 50 over 82 supply, waiting to break into a low upkeep. Meanwhile, HawK sitting at 36 over 62 supply. Coming back around here, Grubby does have, getting full saturation on this expansion now. Gonna be a little bit of time. It looks like a couple of summons. Quill Beast and Raging Bear gonna make its way down. The map is so large, though, that by the time the Raging Bear gets down here, it's more than a third of its timed life through, maybe even a quarter of its timed life gonna be done. All right, quite a bit of damage here. This Watchtower gonna get cleaned up as we're looking at the Orc Burrow Orc Burrow hiding all of those peons. This one Watchtower gonna end up being cleaned up here, and well, gonna deny the mining at this expo. Quill Beast able to poke apart. That Quill Beast finally getting taken out. Perhaps new summons could get summoned up here in just a moment. HawK, well, Raging Bear gets ensnared and lost in transit again. Both sides banking up large amounts of resources. HawK sitting on 1,300 gold and 300 lumber. Grubby sitting on 500 gold and 800 lumber. Remember, Orc players generally like to buy lots of items, so that's where all of that gold is going right now while staying in no upkeep. Ensnare onto the Forest Troll Warlord. Forest Troll Warlord not attacking, not retreating anywhere. Easy way to divide and conquer as the Blade Master now up to 1150 hit points at level 4 with the Kagar's Gem of Health in addition to the Pure Up of Vitality. All right, Ensnare onto the Ogre Mauler. Ogre Mauler going to get finished off. That's going to give a little bit more experience. Meanwhile, an invisible Raging Bear blocking a bit of path and now trying to fight their way through. Perhaps we're going to see some bashes some bashes and some stuns. Healing Wave bouncing around. Sorceress getting taken down. Raiders diving onto the backline again. 47 supply compared to 47. Both sides still staying in, well, pretty much trying to stay in no upkeep as units are constantly getting lost. Low hit point Raider down to 23 hit points. He gets finished off here as the forest comes alive. Ogre Magi and Forest Troll High Priest are going after and dealing a little bit of damage to Grubby's units. Tactical retreat needed. Shadowhunter down to 66 hit points. Gonna go ahead and teleport away, leaving the Beastmaster and the Archmage plenty of time to clear up the remainder of this creep camp. All right. Both sides are on 2 bases. Grubby, the first one to go into low upkeep. Meanwhile, HawK sitting on nearly 2,000 gold will get there quickly and, well, somehow still able to hold on to more and more gold and perhaps be able to burst into low upkeep later in the 60 to 70 range, as HawK does need a bit more farms if he wants to do exactly that. Castle now being upgraded as well. Raiders, perhaps they're going to try and get some ensnares down. 56 supply compared to 47. Grubby has a significantly larger army. 50 supply compared to 27 here as the ensnares come down. Blade Master going after the Spellbreakers. The army of HawK has mainly been summons. That's what you've been looking at. A lot of summoned units. There are a lot of peasants out on the battlefield. And that is the reason why HawK has so much resources and then able to build so much, as we are now teching into Griffin Aviaries. All right, Griffin Aviaries. I got to imagine that we are going to be going into Griffins now. No castle as of yet. Upgrades. There are the melee sword upgrades going in for tier 2. Animal war training. Goblin Shredder now getting added in, as we should be looking at animal war training here in just a moment. 77 lumber. So currently lumber strapped as HawK, as we're looking at, well, Grubby nicely firmly defending down here on the south. Archmage getting caught here. Archmage does have an orb of fire. It's tier 3 has been revealed. Scroll of Town portal by HawK in order to get away. And I believe Grubby is just going to use this time to clear up the remainder of this Rock Golem creep camp. Perhaps get to level 5 on the Shadowhunter and get that much closer for that Blade Master as well. Shadowhunter still sticking around, giving a level 3 healing wave. Items, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 and a Potion of Greater Mana. Some beautiful items, as this Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 going to get beaten down by Grubby. No longer needed. All right. Raging Bear able to dive on in, going up against the Goblin Shredder here. Goblin Shredder getting repaired here. Paladin as the third and final hero. Level 5 Shadowhunter, level 4 Blade Master going up against level 4 Archmage, level 4 Beastmaster, and level 1 Paladin. All right. Which creep camps are still available? That is going to be the big key question here. Quick ensnare on the Paladin. Paladin quickly going to get bursted down. No invisibility. Staff of Sanctuary, though, does do the trick and the job, as one priest down and another priest going to get taken down as well. 72 supply compared to 63. Grubby with the supply and army size advantage. Are we going to see some more, more ensnares, as the Griffins are now out to play? All right, ensnared Griffin now down. Water Elemental now down. Trying to break or burst down all of these units, as more Griffins are going to get trained up. Level 5 now on the Blade Master. Blade Master looking to get in some big critical strikes, getting some misses instead, as the Talisman of Evasion playing a part. All right, Healing Wave going after all of these units. More ensnares going down. Tactical retreat needed by Grubby. Perhaps was not ready for the 2-0 upgraded Griffin Riders. Still need Animal War Training, though, sitting at 66 supply over 76. All right. Grubby setting up another expansion here. Has a Voodoo Lounge in the middle of the map. offering a bit of insight. Meanwhile, healing salves galore. Grubby does not have. Oh, what is this? Grubby went to dual Tauren Totem, has Spirit Walkers now, but obviously cannot go for Tauren, as there is already the transition into Griffin Riders. The Griffin Riders making short work of the creep camps, heavy armor abound, as this Great Hall gonna be suffering a little bit of damage. We are teching the tier 3 now, so Tauren Totem could eventually start training up Taurens eventually. That's going to be a little bit of a weird case. Only reason why I see it for the tech to tier 3 right now, or perhaps, I don't know, Wind Riders with Envenom Spears, but even that is going to be a bit dangerous. All right, Griffin Riders 2-1 upgrades done. 2-2 upgrades for the Raiders and the Grunts out here on the battlefield. We can see a couple of invisible summons, the Dire Quill Beast, the Raging Bear. No Water Elemental in that mix, as it just simply takes too long, as the Blade Master now makes their way back over. All right. Are we going to see some... No purges by the Blade Master. Purges perhaps actually would be acceptable if you're able to purge with a Lightning Orb, get a little bit of additional damage, and then burst down all of those summons. That may be what is necessary, as Grubby will take a play out of Moon's playbook, setting up a secret base, expanding close to his opponent. And this is all under the guise of, this is going to be my next expansion. Main gold mines have mined out. A third bestiary being built here. Are we going to perhaps see a tech swap into as supply is freed up? All right, Grubby is sitting in or high upkeep right now. Griffins going straight after. We see reinforced burrows to try and fight back here, as the Raiders are not getting ready to engage. Sorceresses, all of those backline units could be in trouble. Kotobi's trying to come in the back here. Spirit Walkers are all here, and the Spirit Walkers cannot go into the ethereal form, obviously, because of those Griffin Riders. More damage coming back across here. Kotobi's could try and chomp on a Water Elemental or something, or can he chomp on an ensnared Griffin? No, I'm not able to do that. Gonna go for a Knight instead. Well, Kotobi's still not eating up a Knight just quite yet, as he just gets in the spot and, well, ends up falling. 70 supply compared to 72. HawK having the supply lead now for the first time, putting pressure back as the Griffins going after all of these Spirit Walkers. Archmage, tactical retreat back as the Raiders were able to dive in on him. 67 supply compared to 80. Tactical retreat, not necessarily losing the fight, but wanting to make sure to minimize his losses, thinking that he can rebound faster. That is definitely not going to be the case, as Grubby now operating on 2 1/5 of a base. These two bases are still mining a bit. Spirit Walkers are there. What is happening here? Militia going to make their way over, thinking that there is an empty place to set up a base, only to find that, well, Grubby is already there with one watchtower. That's going to get quickly cleared up. It is going to turn into 2 bases versus 2 bases. Still 10 minutes of mining left on the northern side, and it feels like Grubby doesn't know how to close out this game. Doesn't know how to defend this spot here. Griffins with Inner Fire 2-1 upgrades, Animal War Training, and Stormhammers, dealing significant amounts of damage. Meanwhile, a Blade Master perhaps going to try and clear up some additional creep camps here. Level 6 on the Blade Master could be helpful. We are still looking at Hex. Don't have Serpent Wards. Serpent Wards might actually be an interesting tech pivot over Hex, as the Serpent Wards would suddenly deal large amounts of damage to those Griffin Riders, as we now see Troll Bat Riders trying to get trained up here. You can see that that third bestiary really hasn't been used, and I think that might have just been a bit of additional resources. Repairs now underway. Troll Bat Riders, what is happening here? The Troll Bat Riders need to find those Griffins. There's some more repairs underway, as we are looking at a bit of stuns here. Troll Bat Rider finding a HawK, or a HawK's Griffin Riders, as the Shadow Hunter continuing to battle its way through. The Griffin Riders with that splash damage splashing through all of those units, and the Raiders really need to bring down those Griffin Riders, otherwise those Griffin Riders are going to have problems. Blade Master sitting at level 6 right now, healing wave still bouncing around, and we're still looking at a bit more damage. There's Big Bad Voodoo, and so suddenly Grubby with Big Bad Voodoo able to stop a fight here, and remember, there is no Stormbolt coming in from HawK. No way to really stop this Big Bad Voodoo, and able to draw a line in the sand. That is an important line in the sand, as Grubby still has the economic advantage here, continuing to push back. Also, Shadow Hunter still has a potion of greater mana. That could be a very big deal as well. 66 supply compared to 80. Big Bad Voodoo not going to be coming online. Units continuing to try to retreat back out. Blade Master, well, does not have enough for a Blade Storm as of yet, continuing to fight their way again as the Spirit Walkers have disenchanted pretty much all of the summons out of everywhere. Now, just dealing with a large number of, well, Griffin Riders and Knights here, as we're looking at a bit of focus fire from the Spirit Walkers to try and focus down some of these units, as the Griffin Riders are getting staffed a sanctuary to back home. Blade Master, is he able to burst down any more units? Spirit Walkers are retreating. Guard Towers adding in a bit of protection here. Shadow Hunter, healing wave. Blade Master picks up an Orb of Lightning finally after all this time. Shadow Hunter needs to find a way to get a little bit more mana. Otherwise, this Blade Master is going to have a very, very bad day. Are we going to see some Windwalk Strikes, Swirl of Speed, trying the tactical retreat? 68 supply compared to 57 as the, well, Raider is getting cleaned up again. All right, Blade Master needs to buy. Yes, buys a potion of mana. Going to give it to the Shadow Hunter. All of these guys could go into the ethereal form temporarily, get healing wave bounced, and then come back around, as the, well, repairs are going to be needed. Level 5 now on the Beastmaster. Paladin now up to level 3. We're going to see some bigger burst heals again as the Blade Master comes online with Blade Storm, trying to go after all of these units. Is he going to be able to finish off a couple of Griffin Riders? Yes, he does. 46 supply compared to 67 as the units fall back once more. All right, Grubby lost all of the units that are mining here. Going to lose these last two watchtowers if he's not careful. Healing wave bouncing around again. Troll Bat Riders fighting their targets, but remember, Griffin Riders with Inner Fire, well, significantly larger armor to protect them from that suicide damage. Level 6 went up against 553, 34 supply compared to 75 HawK. Well, having a large cache of gold, not spending it, and I think the writing is on the wall. Grubby has left the game unable to press his advantages, even with Big Bad Voodoo, a good use of Big Bad Voodoo and Blade Storm. Let me know what you guys thought about this fight in the comments below. HawK outscoring Grubby barely, the resources making a big difference, and, well, the units overall, all of those summoned units out on the battlefield.